ESPN on ABC.
Welcome to NBA Countdown, presented by Papa John's.
There goes that man.
Yeah.
Nobody has had more 50-point games after turning 30 years old than Steph Curry. And with him rocking the AI letter,
yes,
will we see a 10th 50 ball tonight?
I think so. It ain't that damn hard against this team, but I like the jacket.
Well,
way to represent AI.
They are a little tough in the city of brotherly love, as Stephen A. alluded to. Philly fans, they've seen Nick Sirianni's Eagles win the Super Bowl more recently than watching the 76ers get a game at all. But could having the champs in the building spark a turnaround? We're counting you down on ABC.
Come on, let's go.
From ghetto to ghetto, the backyard to yard.
We all love expectation. We're in a moment where we still can win.
I'm the neighborhood pusher.
Steph was Superman tonight.
Steph's got 12 threes.
Nice to have a flurry like that.
Believe that we can make a push towards the playoffs.
One eye closed, I'll hit you. As if I was so quick, but I'm still with you.
Every game is important. We're fighting for our lives right now.
I'm grinding, Jack.
Hey, welcome into NBA Countdown alongside Stephen A. Smith, Bob Myers, Kendrick Perkins. I'm Malika Andrews. Gentlemen, we have a chance to witness a little bit of history tonight. Steph is 42 points away from the most prolific two-game stretch of his career. And if he starts March anything like he finished February, that number does not seem too far out of reach. And in case you haven't seen, let's catch you up as we get out and run a little bit. Brought to you by Samsung. Steph is coming off one of his best performances of his career. He dropped 56 points, including 12 threes on Thursday against the Magic. The only player to score more points in a game at age 36 or older is Kobe Bryant in the final game of his career. That capped off a strong February where he averaged nearly 31 points, second most in the NBA, trailing only Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It was also the first time he averaged at least 30 points in a month since March of 2023. And his recent play, plus the arrival of Jimmy Butler, it's given the Warriors new life this season. Since Butler debuted on February 8th, Golden State is 7-1. That's the best record in the Western Conference during that span. And just a little bit more perspective, right, on how far the Warriors have come here. Look at this. This is entering February. Golden State was 11th in the Western Conference, meaning they were outside of the play-in tournament picture. But look how times have changed. Entering March, they're 7th in the West, but essentially in a tie with the Clippers for the 6th and final guaranteed playoff spot. Because if you just take a peek here, they have the same record. Steph, obviously, been a huge catalyst of this turnaround, Bob, for the Dubs. You know him better than anyone sitting up here. What's been behind this recent run for Curry? I think at the end of the day, first run exit, it's entirely matchup dependent for Golden State.
And Perk just throws it out
but we're
there
seeing
like
really the third iteration of this team now. After the 12-3 start, they weren't great. And then now. Despite the Warriors being in town tonight, the state of the Sixers, far from golden. Shams has the latest on what's next for Joel Embiid now that he's been shut down for the season.
I feel so sorry for that man right there.
NBA Countdown on ABC is presented by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Better get you some.
Welcome to the NFL Scouting Combine.
I'm a versatile player. You go low, I can go over top of you.
He hurdles a guy backwards.
Here, you can speak dreams into existence.
Voice. Auntie? Oh. Your father's business was a life of crime and this deli.
We're innocent.
We'd be the first innocent brown people in jail. Oh, my God.
Sunday, the Oscars start with a can't miss moment. Then, the excitement takes off.
And the Oscar.
And the Oscar
Goes to?
The Oscars.
Hosted by me, Conan O'Brien.
Sunday live on ABC and Hulu.
Nick Nurse is like, why am I still standing here watching this thing?
The vibe around has been very difficult, uncertain, ever-changing.
And I plan to take a break from the pod just to focus on getting my body right, getting mentally right.
Joel Embiid is being shut down for the rest of the season. This culminates a season of disappointment. It's been a frustrating time for the 76ers.
Welcome back to NBA Countdown, presented by Papa John's.
It's time now for our impact pairings presented by Papa John's. Nobody makes a bigger impact on the floor for the Sixers than Joel Embiid, but with him being ruled out for the rest of the season, the impact of him missing games, it's starting to catch up By the end of the season, Joel will have been available for just 51% of the 76ers games since he was drafted in 2014. Shams is back with us now. You broke the news yesterday, Shams, that Embiid has been ruled out for the rest of the regular season. How ultimately was this decision made?
Malika, this all came to a head over the last couple of weeks. Specifically, when I'm told Joel Embiid went directly to 76ers owner Josh Harris about the state of his knee and about where the realization he's at with what's in the best interest of him, the organization, as far as the potential shutdown. Because remember, Josh Harris owes Joel Embiid up to $300 million over the next 5 seasons. So the backdrop to all this is that over the last month, we've seen fundamental differences between Joel Embiid and the 76ers as far as Embiid believing that he needs a different treatment approach for this versus the 76ers feeling you play on it, get in better condition, and you could continue on this year. This has been a situation the 76ers have been dealing with all season, and they've managed the swelling in multiple different ways, including injections monthly, just to get him on the court. But here they are in lockstep. This is all about getting Joel Embiid back on the court in the best sustainable way, and they are in lockstep about that.
Wow, okay, so but it took Joel Embiid going to ownership for this decision to come to a head. Shams, thank you very much for that information. So in terms of the next steps on his path to recovery here, we don't know exactly what's next, but what we do know is that Joel Embiid, he went over Sixers team president Daryl Morey's head and went directly here to Josh Harris, someone who also works with Josh Harris in a consulting role for the Washington Commanders. Bob, that's you. What does this say about Joel's relationship here with the front office, with the team?
All I wanted you to do is know nobody believes that an NBA owner has you.
Let me just offer
ain't
a
asking you no
hope
question.
here for the second.
Nobody believes that.
Doctor, though.
May I?
I don't know the answer to these things.
I guess not. We're going to promo. Our NBA Sunday Showcase, must-see TV. Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets are in Boston to face off against Jason Tatum and the Celtics for a battle between the last 2 champs. Coverage ships with NBA Countdown. That's at 12:30 Eastern. In a matter of minutes, though, we'll find out what Steph Curry has lined up for an encore to his 56-point outing last time. Countdown rolls on after this.
NBA Countdown on ABC is presented by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Better get you some.
I'm trying to get better every single day. Honestly, we saw what this team could look like, you know.
They're franchise changer. They're franchise changer.
We don't miss, we call shots.
That's what he does. We're a team that cares.
We are going to win the championship.
Wow. Man, I took my chance in the paint like that. Let's see how further it might go. And it just might hurt you when I go. And my name might curse you when I go.
Bet is celebrating the Oscars. Sign up today using the promo code GOLD to receive a $50 bonus bet. And don't forget Sunday night's Nuggets-Celtics game. That after into the Oscars red carpet coverage. But it was a movie for Steph Curry in his last outing. He dropped 56 points. He made 12 three-pointers 2 days ago against the Magic. It was his 3rd career game with at least 12 three-pointers. That's tied with his former Splash brother, Klay Thompson, for the most in NBA history. But Stephen A., how do you put it? Usually Curry is the greatest shooter that God has ever created.
That is correct.
Okay, and it's proven to be that way by the ridiculous number of games. He's made 11, 10, 9, and 8 three-pointers in his career, all NBA records by a mile. But you're going to notice a little trend. He also has the most career games with 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3 three-pointers all time. Not surprisingly, no one even close to him. And tonight, he enters with 847 career games with 2 or more three-pointers. It's tied with Ray Allen for the most in NBA history. So I could ask you all if you think Steph's going to break this tie he has with Ray Allen tonight. But I want to go a little bit bigger. Curry made more threes than the entire Magic squad on Thursday. Is he going to make more than the Philly starters tonight, Stephen A.?
No, I don't think so. I think because Golden State is probably going to blow them out. And in the process of beating them up, Curry will go to the bench early. And then guys will jack up meaningless threes before the final buzzer sounds that would eclipse whatever damage he's done to them in the meantime. And that's going to be about that. Listen, the only thing worth looking at for the Sixers is Tyrese Maxey.
Let me say something.
That's what it is.
Kirk, let me ask you something. I believe strongly when you're on ABC,
You think Philly? They're on ABC. You think Philly's going to give
Philly will
their
give
best
it
shot?
a real effort. I absolutely think
they're going to compete. But look, can we stop putting Steph Curry in the box and just labeling him as a shooter? He's one of the most skilled players, top 10 in my eyes, to ever touch the damn basketball. We're going to see that on display. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Paul George and Tyrese Maxey are going to have some type of pride on a national televised game.
You can say top talent, top 10, but I'm saying there's only one shooter like him.
It's time to go out to the city of brotherly love. Dave Pash, take it away.
Malika, from 1946 to 1962, the Warriors called Philadelphia home and brought the city of brotherly love 2 championships before moving west to the Bay Area, where they won 5 more, including 4 in the last 10 years. And as the calendar turns to March, the Warriors again have that championship vibe thanks to Stephen Curry, who always draws a crowd regardless of the venue. The NBA's second leading scorer in February, including a 56-point game Thursday. He is re-energized after the Jimmy Butler trade. Golden State 7-1 since the deal, entering the stretch run for the playoffs starting tonight against the 76ers. And hi, everybody, Dave Pash alongside Tim Legler. Stephen Curry is one of the greatest performers in the history of sports, and he put on arguably the best show of the NBA season 2 nights ago. His 14th career 50-point game. He had 12 threes in that game. And Legs, one thing he has not done in his career, back-to-back 50-point games. Maybe we'll see it tonight.
That's a good teaser. That may be Steph Curry's next challenge for himself. But what we saw on Thursday night was a reminder that Steph Curry's big nights don't look quite like anybody else's big nights. And it really started with that half-court shot right before the buzzer to go into the Orlando Magic. Very difficult time staying in contact with him. And Steph Curry gets on one of these runs. You know where that basketball is headed the next time down the floor. He's been on a heater for over a month. See what Steph Curry has in store for the Sixers.
You look at his numbers before the trade and post-trade. 31 points per game since the acquisition of Butler, who, by the way, will not play tonight. With that story, let's check in with Cassidy Hubbard.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, Jimmy Butler will miss his first game as a Warrior since joining the team at the trade deadline. It was announced pregame that he is out with a back injury. Steve Kerr told us that he took a knock from Wendell Carter Jr. in their game against the Magic on Thursday, and it created some back spasms. The team is saying he is day-to-day. Now, rookie center Quentin Post will get the start tonight, which gives the Warriors their 34th different starting lineup of the season. Second most in the NBA, trailing only the Philadelphia 76ers. Dave, Legs?
And you mentioned the Sixers. They have not won a game since the Eagles won the Super Bowl. They've lost 9 straight. Now Joel Embiid is done for the year. That means more, much more, on the shoulders of Tyrese Maxey, and there already was a loss.
Hey, look, Steph Curry's not the only one in this game capable of putting up big numbers. Tyrese Maxey also 10 30-point games in the last month, and now without Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey knows even more responsibility on his shoulders to have big nights to keep their offense afloat, and of course he hopes he gets a lot of help from his running mate Paul George.
As you said, Tim, definitely 2 of the NBA's most dynamic guards on display tonight. Tyrese Maxey and Steph Curry, and the Warriors trying to win their 6th straight and grab sole possession of 6th place in the West. Sixers, Warriors from Philly, next.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC is presented by the new crispy tenders at Wingstop. Wingstop, bring the flavor. This presentation of NBA Saturday Primetime presented by Wingstop will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Make some noise!
Oh, wicked.
The music was just so great.
Chills.
Timothy Chalamet was amazing.
A Rolling Stone.
This is my favorite part.
You see a real fan?
Sometimes I think that's what you think of me.
He's going to win the Oscar.
The Oscars live, Sunday at 7.
Right here on ABC 7.
Sponsored locally by Cadillac. Visit your tri-state Cadillac dealer today.
New York, what does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
We are part of an operation.
Is this our Combat Operations Center?
Militants came in from different directions.
Nuclear reactor.
So you have a couple loaded and ready to go.
We've got a home right here, engulfed in flames. The scene here, apocalyptic.
How important it made the USA.
Great work. Hi. Appreciate you. Thank you. Ismael? David. David. I'm David Muir.
I know who you are.
You
Watch
do?
you every night.
ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
Monday, March 3rd, live from the Oscar stage.
A show so big.
You never know what's going to happen.
It's live after the Oscar show with the Oscars host Conan O'Brien, comedian Nikki Glazer, Jerry O'Connell hits the red carpet, and a must-see movie parody.
It's the after party.
After the after parties.
It's live after the Oscar show.
Watch live
Monday morning at 9
on ABC 7.
With every gray hair that pops up on top of your head, you get to appreciate moments and milestones like this.
It was time.
Steph's got 12 threes. This has got that record-setting feel.
Find joy in everything that you do because that'll carry you a long way.
Welcome to NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC, presented by Wingstop. The Golden State Warriors, one of the hottest teams in the NBA, winners of 5 in a row, take on the 76ers, members of the 1983 NBA championship team. Dr. J and Clint Richardson ringing the bell as the Sixers look to end a 9-game losing streak. They're only 2 games out of the number 10 spot in the East, so they still could make the postseason. Mic'd up tonight, Gary Payton for the Warriors, Tyrese Maxey for Philly.